Put protein out of your mind. After age 60, this mineral quickly restores muscle. After the age of 60, we constantly hear about muscle loss. Additionally, it is typically attributed to inadequate protein intake. Protein is vital, yes. Nobody is contesting that. Actually, though, that's only a portion of the narrative. Focusing solely on protein causes us to overlook some of the deeper explanations for why. As we age, our muscles tend to weaken. Here's the good news, though. You'll realize that losing muscle doesn't have to be something you tolerate once you know what's actually going on inside your body. In fact, regardless of your age, I'll present a straightforward yet effective method today to help your muscles feel stronger, more energized, and even begin regenerating. Additionally, when we search for the wrong solution and miss the real cause, what exactly is going on behind the scenes, then our bodies gradually begin to change as we age, particularly in relation to hormones. Growth hormone and testosterone, two key factors in muscular growth, also begin to decline. But hormones aren't the sole factor. Additionally, our mitochondria, which function as tiny energy producers inside our cells, begin to slow down. Consider that. Simply put, the engines that drive your muscles aren't as fast or effective as they once were, and they are also less able to cope with stress. It makes no difference how much protein you eat when that occurs. If it's not properly utilized by your cells, you're not at all rebuilding muscle. Therefore, stay put if you're prepared to learn what your body actually requires to remain robust and active after 60. I guarantee that you will leave with useful advice that you can put into practice right now. This is what most people fail to notice. Age-related muscle loss is caused by more than just our diet. It's not only a matter of diet. Fundamentally, it's about how your body communicates with your cells to determine whether muscle growth or repair is appropriate. Your muscles gradually begin to get a subtle but consistent message that rebuilding is no longer a top priority. That message becomes much more powerful when factors like inflammation, chronic stress, inadequate sleep, or even the absence of small nutrients compound. Your physique then enters what is known as preservation mode, moving away from growth. Muscle is viewed as less significant in this state. And your body isn't the only thing changing. It also has to do with your attitude. Many people in their 50s and older begin to think that feeling feeble is a natural aspect of aging. Your energy levels start to decline, and before you realize it, you're sitting around more and moving less and being less active. Your mind simply follows your lead as you begin to push yourself less. It has nothing to do with your laziness. But here's the truth. Your body is subtly telling you, hey, this is our new normal. This decline is subject to change. Your body is not simply surrendering. It's reacting to a constant barrage of warning signs that something is amiss. The wonderful part is that you can reverse the situation and give your body better signals. But to do that, we must consider what our cells actually require to repair and renew, rather than merely concentrating on broad concepts like protein. This is where minerals, particularly magnesium, are useful. However, prior to discussing, it's crucial to understand this, magnesium. It's unlikely that your poor eating habits are the source of your muscle loss. In actuality, your body's internal wiring, which governs how it processes stress, inflammation, and energy, has shifted. The problem is that disruptions of this nature accumulate gradually over years. You are unaware of it until you are unable to recover from your workouts like you used to, or despite doing everything correctly, your strength simply stagnates or even reverts. That is frustrating indeed. You're making an effort, eating healthily and exercising, but you're simply not seeing any results. It's time to go deeper and pose more significant queries at that point. Eating more protein is no longer the only solution. You must consider the entire system. In reality, how well are you recovering? How do your mitochondria and hormones look? Are your cells energized or exhausted? The path forward begins to make sense once you begin to think about it in this manner. You understand that muscle loss isn't solely a problem of aging. your body uses it as a means of. Requesting assistance is an indication that something needs to be realigned, and it is conceivable for such alignment to occur. However, knowing that muscular health after 60 involves much more than calories is the first step. It's a continuous dialogue between your cells, hormones, intestines, and brain. As with any good conversation, the way you speak is important. It won't be resolved by shouting more protein. You must pay attention to what your body actually tells you. Better energy utilization, deeper sleep, fewer stress, and yes, some essential minerals that help connect the dots are often what your body is hankering after. Exercise and protein start to function again once you take care of those issues. You feel more alive rather than merely stronger. Thus, simply eat additional protein the next time you hear. Keep in mind that fighting muscle loss is just one aspect of the solution. Correcting the signals your cells are receiving about how to use that protein is the first step in the actual solution. Your body will react when you alter the signal. Your physique is in good condition. It is merely awaiting favorable circumstances to begin the process of reconstruction. Age won't hold you back if you provide your body the proper conditions. You might even use it as a launching pad to feel better than before. Magnesium isn't a trendy new product. It isn't promoted on TV like pre-workout beverages or protein smoothies. The majority of athletes also avoid discussing it on social media. But here's the straightforward reality. Your body uses magnesium for over 300 separate processes. It's more than just a sales pitch. Actually, that's how your body functions. Magnesium regulates a wide range of bodily functions, including blood sugar, muscular contraction and relaxation, ADP synthesis, and even the stability of your neurons when magnesium levels fall. And it's really typical, particularly after the age of 60. Your body doesn't heal as well, and all those processes slow down. Because building back muscle requires more than simply exercise and a healthy diet. That is very important for muscle recovery. It involves ensuring that the conditions within your body are conducive to recovery and development. One important component of it is magnesium. Let's take a moment to discuss energy. A unique form of energy, called ADP, is used each time a muscle is moved. However, here's something. Most people are unaware of it. Without its attachment to magnesium, ADP cannot function. In reality, the functional version is known as NGAP. Your muscles won't be able to heal if you don't have enough magnesium in your body. That feeling of exhaustion and fatigue that persists after working exercise. That can occasionally be the result of insufficient magnesium. There's more. It's common for our bodies to retain a little more inflammation as we age. This low-level inflammation can gradually erode your health and strength. The natural anti-inflammatory properties of magnesium are not widely known. It aids in regulating the immunological response and chemical release following physical activity. Both are crucial for appropriate recuperation. Therefore, it's not always about increasing your food intake or working out harder if you have soreness, aches, or a delayed recovery after an exercise. There are occasions when your body simply lacks the resources necessary to heal itself. People also overlook another aspect: your nervous system. Your muscles are only one aspect of recovery. You must relax your nerves. Following stress as well. Your body believes it's time to break down muscle rather than build it up if your nervous system remains in fight or flight mode. Magnesium aids in the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and recovery system. Additionally, it promotes deep, peaceful sleep, reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and aids in GABA action. And sleep, according to every study. The majority of muscle healing and memory development truly takes place during this time. This is a serious issue. The majority of those over 60 are unaware that they are deficient in magnesium. Magnesium is either removed from your body or becomes more difficult to absorb as a result of modern farming practices, processed foods, constant stress, and even some drugs. Thus, you may still be lacking at the cellular level even if you eat a healthy diet. It's easy to ignore symptoms like fatigue, cramping in your legs, agitation, and difficulty falling asleep. but they're often your body's way of telling you that your magnesium levels are low. Remember the mental aspect. It's common for people to blame themselves or their age when they feel weak or exhausted, thinking, "I'm just getting old." However, what if aging isn't the true issue? What if your body is lacking something, isn't it? When you look at things that way, you gain power because you can take action. You may restore magnesium, aid in your body's healing processes, and begin to feel your strength and energy come back rather than wane. I'm not here to claim that magnesium is a panacea. It's not magic. However, if there is insufficient of it, everything else, what you're doing loses its effectiveness. Your workouts aren't as effective. You simply don't experience that rush of energy, and your protein isn't being used as well. However, your body begins to react when you have the proper kind and quantity of magnesium. Your body starts to trust itself again, and you move more easily, sleep better, and recover more quickly. And true strength might return from that trust. If you're hard and above 60, don't merely add another scoop of protein if your efforts don't seem to be paying off. Your strength gains aren't great, your recovery is delayed, or you're constantly exhausted. Have a better question for yourself. What has gone missing from my body? At the cell level, write down. Because sometimes trying harder isn't the best course of action. Give your body the things it really needs. Magnesium may be the missing piece that allows everything else to start functioning for many of us. You now understand how important magnesium is for the recovery of your entire body, not just your muscles. You're undoubtedly wondering how to use it to actually grow muscle after the age of 60, since it's not as easy as simply purchasing any ordinary vitamin from the shop and wishing for the best. As with everything that genuinely affects your health, it's important to consider how, when, and what kind of magnesium you consume. First, let's look at the form. There are various varieties of magnesium available: glycinate, malate, citrate, oxide, threonate, and more. In your body, each one functions somewhat differently. More significantly, their methods of absorption vary. Consider magnesium oxide. Although it's inexpensive and very simple to locate, your body doesn't actually absorb it properly. It does little for your muscles or nerves and simply passes through your system. However, the situation with magnesium glycinate is different. It's soft on your stomach and much easier for your body to digest. It also aids in nerve relaxation, which makes it an excellent option for improving sleep quality and muscle rehabilitation. Another choice is magnesium citrate. It aids in digestion and muscular cramping, which may also affect how effectively you absorb nutrients and how quickly your muscles recover. Therefore, picking the appropriate kind isn't about observing patterns. It has to do with what your body actually requires. Glycinate or meat are likely your best options if you want to grow muscle. Because 3 and 8 can enter your brain and support both your body and mind, they can also aid if you're experiencing mental fatigue or sleep issues. Your results will be better if you adjust the sort of magnesium you take to your particular needs. Additionally, timing is important. Throughout the day, your body's magnesium requirements fluctuate, particularly in response to stress, physical activity, and your innate sleep-wake cycle. It has been demonstrated that taking magnesium at night promotes deep sleep, which is crucial for hormone production, muscle repair, and nervous system reset. If you exercise frequently or are busy during the day, a lower dosage of magnesium, combined with your post-exercise recovery meal, can improve muscular contraction and reduce subsequent discomfort. Giving your body nourishment before it runs out is similar to that, assisting your recuperation system in carrying out its function immediately rather than waiting until you're exhausted. This is something that many people overlook. Magnesium doesn't function by itself. To perform at its peak, it needs assistance from additional nutrition. A good example is vitamin D. Insufficient vitamin D prevents your intestines from properly absorbing magnesium. The opposite is also true. The active form of vitamin D is converted with the aid of magnesium. They are dependent on one another. Inside your body, there is a genuine collaboration. Exercise is no different. It takes more than just magnesium to develop muscle. It improves how your body reacts to physical activity. Your muscles don't receive the signal they require to grow if there isn't any physical challenge, resistance, or load. Magnesium makes your workout truly effective, regardless of how many supplements you take, transforming the stress that comes from exercising into a signal for your body to adjust rather than simply become exhausted. This causes a more significant change in perspective. The majority of persons over 60 are advised to take supplements merely for self-defense, bone protection, heart protection, or to slow down the deterioration. It all comes down to responding. However, if you intentionally use magnesium in conjunction with training and good, by getting enough sleep, you're strengthening yourself rather than only responding. You're not merely battling deterioration. You're reshaping your health to be resilient and strong. That shift in perspective is important. Your body will behave as though it has already lost the battle if you treat it that way. However, if you think your body can still adapt and grow stronger, your actions will adhere to. You'll make an investment in behaviors that strengthen you rather than merely postpone losses. You'll regard recovery as a skill you can acquire rather than just another task. You'll see that smart supplements, like magnesium, aren't a band-aid solution. They are instruments that enhance the advantages of exercise, relaxation, and well-meaning intentions. No, magnesium isn't a miracle drug, but when taken as directed, with the correct nutrition, training, and timing, you can completely alter how your body matures. You'll be actively creating a stronger, more vibrant version of yourself, rather than merely managing decline. You're doing more than just slowing down the aging process when you combine magnesium with the appropriate kind of exercise at the correct time and with the proper foods. You're changing the way your body reacts to aging. You go beyond just controlling deterioration. Rather, you begin to genuinely increase your strength and performance. Your body might go from feeling like it's falling behind to feeling strong and capable with each year that goes by. You don't have to be content to barely make ends meet. No matter your age, your body is prepared to heal itself, feel better, and continue to be active with the correct assistance. Growing older becomes less of a barrier and more of a new stage in life where you may take control of your health, enjoy your mobility, and continue to live life to the fullest. Therefore, keep in mind that seeking youth is not the goal. It's about providing your body with the actual resources it requires to feel powerful and capable each and every day. I would adore hearing from you. Ever consider including magnesium into your routine or observe how your strength has changed as you've aged? Leave a comment below with your experience or any queries you may have. Someone else might be inspired by your tale. Please click the like button if you thought this video was useful. The channel benefits greatly from it. Additionally, remember to activate the notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. Please leave a comment below with your comments. I'd love to know what you think. Thank you for viewing, and I'll see you later. You in the upcoming